Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Activated.
Welcome back to the Boxing Biz Podcast show. You know what we do. Talk boxing. Bringing you the latest and greatest in boxing news. And just got to say, man, what a weekend of fights. Moses Itauma hits my man Dillian Whyte with the
Finish him.
And put him away. I guess the way a lot of people were expecting him to. And, you know, crazy undercard. I mean, $49.99. I say well spent. You might argue with me, but this is what the show's for, right? Come on here and share your opinions on the weekend's cards. The fallout, too. You got a couple of situations for Moses Itauma after that performance. So the heavyweight division, according to Frank Warren, has been put on notice by Moses with that performance. But I don't know. A lot of, and many are saying that, you know, that was not the fight to prove to us, you know, that he's that guy. But, you know, whether you think he is or he isn't, he finished Dillian Whyte in a round. I was not expecting that. Even some of the community members were saying, you know, in three. And I was like, okay, maybe. I mean, he's known to have that power, so why not? But in the first round, bro, second minute, jeez. Excuse me, lemon water. He destroyed him, bro.
Finish him.
He hit him with some super hard shots. I mean, some of the shots might have been questionable, right? Some are saying that, you know, there was maybe one or two back of the head shots. You know, Dillian Whyte's just the way he came in. You know, the way he came into the fight, kind of bobbing and weaving, and you know, just the whole style that he was coming in with caught me a little bit by surprise, man. It was crazy. I don't know if you guys caught that, but it was definitely surprising to see him moving that much, bending at the waist, you know, and really just herky-jerky style. You know, he really went in there with a different style. We didn't get to see too much about what the game plan was. I guess stay safe, right? Don't get punched in the face. But his new young gun. Shout out to the Inevitable D Block Podcast. First up on the chat says, "What's up, brother? At work, great live you had yesterday." Thank you, bro. Thank you for tapping into Inevitable, man. You know what it is, bro. Yeah, man, the fallout. I don't know if maybe you, what do you think about that performance? Let us know, what you thought about that. Inevitable, given that, you know, Moses Itauma still has yet to be in there, I guess, with a live, younger fighter. You know, I don't know. I don't want to discredit because I don't know if there was definitely something wrong with Dillian. He definitely was in shape. At least he looked in shape. He didn't look sick. The only thing that be getting me with Dillian, man, is that tendon in his right arm. But I don't think that's a problem. I think that's something that's, I guess, he's physically been like that. It's not something that's bad or an injury for that matter. So I don't know. I don't know what might have been wrong, but that style he came in. I mean, Moses Itauma even said it, man. He was like, bro, he caught me with a jab to the arm, and he felt it. So, you know, Dillian Whyte, you know, he still felt strong, I guess. But you know, again, let us know what you thought about that finish, you know. Was there a head, too many in the back of the head? Was there in the back of the head? Whose fault? I think, personally, you got to take responsibility. When you get hit in the back of the head like that, you got to take responsibility half and half. And sometimes also you got to go on the playback, too, to see if they really get hit in the back of the head. Because sometimes what fighters do is they'll go ahead and hit you, and then while you're ducking down, even if they just skid it on your back, on your head, right right behind the ear, they'll try to pin your head down with that same throw arm. So they punch with the same arm, try to pin you down with that arm. So it happens so fast, sometimes it might look like that. But, this Moses is just throwing with such ferocity that I guess you can't really, you can't really say what it was. I mean, even flush on the eardrum, those shots would have knocked anybody out. Powerhouse, man. Definitely the goods. Shout out to the UK. Yeah, bro, if you guys get Moses Itauma in there with a Usyk and get those belts back to the UK, that kid's is going to be like, he could be the next AJ. Like, literally. He'll skyrocket. But is that too fast for him, Usyk? I think so. That's a big risk for Itauma. Dillian Whyte, all props to my bro in the UK, my bruv. But something was wrong, man. Something might have been wrong. And, who knows what it might have been. It just didn't last that long, dog. Like, even though I want to see it another way, it's like it didn't last that long, bro. Kid got power. And even though, Dillian definitely could have kept going. He got mad heart, but no way. Don't do it, bro. It would have been bad. When you're fighting in there as a fighter, you're like 2 punches away from like a bad moment, man. That would have been a bad moment for him. So I think the stoppage was very fair. Lives to fight another day. And a lot of people, Chisora, shout out to Derek Chisora, man. That's one cool mofo, man. He was saying that maybe like a goodbye bout between him and Joy Joyce. That doesn't sound too bad to me. I'd see that fight. Joy Joyce too, man. He's had some bad days at the office as of recent. And there was a lot of, what the hell? Got a thunderstorm out here. Shit, crazy. Yeah, man. I forgot what I was saying, how loud that daggone thunder was. Yo. Inevitable says he's not ready for Usyk. Put him in there with Dubois. Yeah. I don't know if Dubois can get in there. Dubois, they won't put Dubois in there. I think Frank Warren handles Daniel Dubois too, no? So I don't know if he wants to put him up against Itauma after taking that L to Usyk. I would bring my, he had all of these are probably in the same stable, so why crush him out, Fuck that. You're going to lose a lot of money, if you put two guys together. And, bro, no kidding you, the thunder out here is crazy. Yo, salute, Koki. Shout out to you, Champy. Hope y'all caught the fights. Y'all caught the fights, right? Let me find out y'all didn't catch the fight. Koki says Kabayev, that Turkish dude versus Moses or Richard Torres. Yeah, somebody else mentioned Richard Torres to me. I think that's a very dangerous fight for Richard. I don't think that's a good fight for him. Again, like Moses, even though he's only has about 13 fights now, 12 fights, 13 fights, he's proven in sparring sessions, I guess, in the close circuits, in amateurs, like we know what we got here. So putting him in there with Richard Torres, I mean, that would be good for us, right? If Richard Torres could take that, but I don't know. My man Richard, sometimes I feel like he takes too many punches, man. And, in the heavyweight division is bad news, man, taking punches. Like, you might could take some punches in the lighter weight division, but damn, you take punches in the heavyweight division. I think that he's a destroyer, but he just gets a little careless sometimes, a little too careless. And I know you got to go for the gusto because 9 out of 10 times you might be the shorter guy, but I feel like somebody like Moses would really hurt him, And again, you just don't know because we haven't seen Itauma facing real pressure for over a span of rounds. It's just we haven't seen it. Champy. You talking about Caballel, right? Ajit Caballel. Yeah, Ajit is Ajit is a real danger for Moses. That's not an easy fight, bro. I'm telling you, if he could get rid of a guy like Ajit Kabayel, whoa. I'm big on Ajit, man. He's probably the best heavyweight right now with the best body shot heavyweight, you know? This guy throws body shots all day. I like Ajit Kabayel, bro. I haven't seen no other heavyweight throw as many body shots as he does. Even though I like what I saw from Filip, bro. Damn, yo, Filip is not, bro. He's an animal. Literally an animal, dog. He got hit with some craziness. I don't know if did you guys catch this fight, man? Hit me with 100% on the chat, bro. Because I really need to, like, stress how much. Damn, I linked out of the mic on that one. I need to stress how much, bro, these guys put on the line, bro. Yo, he walked away. He left a little piece. They all leave pieces of themselves, yo. What's my man's name, man? Legend. Gosh, my man slips my mind right now, but he says that you leave pieces of yourself in that ring, right? You leave a little bit of yourself in that ring, bro. Getting hit that hard, whew, I'm telling you. And again, I give props to Adeleye because I actually thought David was gonna gas out, bro. I thought he was gonna gas. No lie, I thought he was gonna gas. I was like, damn, man, he's not gonna last, bro. It happened to him with Wardley. It's not looking too good for him. And he just, I don't know, he pulled it out of somewhere, bro. Adrenaline, whatever, fire. At one point, he stuck his tongue out, said, yeah. Thought he was gonna go the crow on him and shit. I know y'all remember the crow. But Adeleye, yeah, he dug it out. And then that one round when he just starts fucking throwing bombs. Yo, David Adeleye looked like a crab the way he was throwing these hooks. Like, it was all body weight. Like, the way he was torquing. And Filip, bro, for the life of me, that dude is a freaking animal. Inevitable Podcast, D-Block. Says Joe Joyce versus Moses. Stop playing, champ. Fool.
No comment.
My man Joe Joyce needs a way out fight or a fight, you know? Come on, bro. You don't put him over Itauma. I think he sparred. Moses sparred Moses Itauma sparred Joe Joyce, I believe. And, Joe Joyce knows what that work is like. Nobody wants that shit, bro. I'm telling you. Tyson Fury saying he the future. All these guys saying he the future. Koki says, this Saturday, I'm taking into the Yanquiel Rivera and Teles card in Orlando this Saturday. Wait a minute. You said this Saturday I'm taking into the Yankee. You're tuning in or you heading over there? Yeah, I'm definitely covering that too, bro. Not at the fight, obviously, but definitely here on the podcast. Goki says, I had Nova beating Ford, but Nova always doesn't get the benefit from the judges. I had Nova winning 7-5. You don't win a fight landing 4 or 5 counters per round, while Nova is outlanding you 2-1. Yeah, man, but a lot of pity pat shit, though, Goki. Wow. That thunder just hit crazy. Whoa. That shit said... That's crazy. Yeah, so bro. Yeah, that was that pity pat shit, bro. That shit don't mean nothing. You get nothing, no points. Get no points like that, bro. I need to get a freaking lower back lumbar support, bro. Shit crazy out here. Or maybe Doomy need to get back in the gym. That's what I need to do. What do we got here? All right. We got Ford should have been more active. In my opinion, he landed clean punches. His energy seemed low. Yeah, I mean, he was just outboxing Nova. You know, it wasn't like super, like, oh, look at him, but he was just boxing better, bro. Nova likes to dig down, put his head down and start to, like, kind of work inside, but it's, it wasn't working for him, man. at least to take the judges. Inevitable D Block. He says, out of subject, but what do you think about Top Rank still not landing a spot? Oh, wow. Look at this guy. Wow. I don't know, bro. I don't know. They're shopping around. Obviously, they want to have their hand in different bags. They want to work with different networks, promotions. So, I guess everything just works out in mitigation for contracts. Negotiating how that goes around. You're dealing with different networks and promotions. Your contracts are gonna be a lot thicker than the one with one direct network or promotion. So if that made sense. Yeah. So they're probably just working it out, bro. Nothing crazy. What up? Yo, shit. One of my OGs over here. Bang Mateo says, what up, champ? Got Bang Mateo in the building.
Woo! Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Stop playing. Haven't seen you in a minute. Bang Mateo. Live on the Boxing Biz. All right. Goki says, even Ford admitted he gave Nova that fight in the interview. Announcers were biased as hell, too. That's kind of the fight you got to rewatch to score properly, just like Matias versus Puello. Excuse me. I didn't catch the post-fight for Raymond. He said he admitted that he gave Nova the fight. How so? Send me a quote, bro. Send me something. I don't know how a fighter's gonna admit afterwards, like, yo, he beat me. Y'all should have gave it to him. Like, I don't know what you're saying, champy. Fall back, small back. Champ. All right, so what were we getting into, man? Yeah, the whole entire card was fly, bro. Whole entire card was fly. To me, honestly, the best fight of the night, the most action-packed night, obviously, was the Filip Hrgovic versus David Adeleye. Yo, shout out to the cut man, bro. The cut man. Yo, the cut man was crazy. The cut man, bro. Oh, man. Y'all don't understand. Did you see? I know you guys saw the cut, bro. The cut was bad, bro. Shit was bad. Cut was bad. And it didn't bleed. Shit did not bleed. I don't know how he did that, bro. I don't know how he did that, but he did it. The cut man, bro, must have put some, like, ancient concoction in that cut, bro. That cut was so deep in here. I mean, it had meat. And honestly, when they first took it to the doctor in the corner, I was like, oh, here we go. They're about to stop the fight. Because he was looking at it a little too long. And then I'm like, let him live. And sure enough, he let him live, bro. And that cut did not bleed anymore. I don't know how they did it, champ. But they did it. Bang Mateo said, OG for sure, Manito. Good to see you. Still at it, yo. Yeah, you know I'm at it. I'm at it more than ever, Bang Mateo. So make sure you tune in, bro. You already know, brother. As a matter of fact, I'm going to throw the StreamYard link in here, too. You know it's open community, man. Y'all could come on and kick it with me. You digs? You know what I'm saying? Let me just put there we go. StreamYard link is up there, too, man. Shout out to Bang Mateo for tapping in. Who's that? Look at me. About to mix that shit. Inevitable D Block Podcast says, man, Hrgovic is done. He's seen his best days. He is no longer a true contender. His career took too long. They marinated too long. Damn. You think his days are gone, huh? I mean, I think he's been in real punishing fights. I mean, you might be right with that, but he's always dangerous, man. And remember, he's fighting top guys, you know. as far as getting to the championship and all that, you know, it's just it's a gauntlet ladder, bro. Climbing up right now, up that heavyweight. Just look at the rankings, bro. That's what I'm saying. Itauma right now gets to Usyk. I feel like there's gonna be some people that are gonna be mad, like, damn, how he get that? Look at the boxing rankings right now, right? Shit looks crazy. Filip Hrgovic is number 2, right, at the WBO. Hrgo's number 5 in the WBA, 6 in the WBC, and 12 in the IBF. So, I mean, as far as WBA, WBC, he's top 5, top 6, and then he's number 2 at WBO, bro. So what you talking about? He's got to fight somebody. I mean, look, if he's facing the number 1 Moses, then that's trouble, right? I don't know how he does with, and that would be a crazy test for Moses, to be honest with you, for that number, you know, to stay. But there's a bunch of stuff going on with Joseph Parker too. I feel like they could give Joseph Parker some step aside if they really want Moses to be the savior of heavyweight UK boxing and shit. They gave Moses Itauma that opportunity, that he could take all those belts. Then that would be a definitely a historic UK event in boxing. Let's see if I go back. I'm looking at this ranking too, bro. I mean, look, Daniel Dubois number 2. Damn, Daniel's on. Okay, he's 2 in WBC and 5 in I'm going back to see if that Daniel Dubois and Moses Itauma fight makes sense. But, bro, there's just more people in between to put 2 stablemates together. Yeah. What we got going on here? Who sent? Oh, I highlighted the StreamYard. Inevitable D Block Podcast says, at one time I really thought he was the next Klitschko. I was dead wrong. Yeah, you was dead wrong. A lot of people were hyped on him. I always saw him like, you know, as a tough guy, but honestly, he stands real tall. You know, he stands real tall, and he has a little bit of the things that, you know, you could get away with in the lighter divisions. You know, with like a dropped lead hand on the inside. Can't really do that in the heavyweight division, bro. Guys got too much power. So I always seen recipes for him to get hit with some big shit, but the way he's taking it is crazy. You know, tough dude. Just got to make adjustments, man, on some things to really be able to tango up there with somebody. I mean, we won't see him with Usyk, that's for sure. Let's see. He was supposed to get that Joshua fight, but it never happened. Yeah, but excuse me. But if it didn't happen, it was probably Joshua's probably just got a better opponent, or that suited him or conveniently. But yeah, you're right. They dragged his timing in his career a little bit through the mud. But nah, bro, he's been in there with a lot of people already. You know, he's had his opportunity, you could say. He's close though in that WBO, excuse me. All right, let's get back to the rest of the card, right? Got me going down the Hrgovic tunnel over here. So yeah, man, Moses Itauma I'm not gonna say destroys, bro. I don't even like to say too much. Even though he won decisively and impressively, Moses, man, it was like, damn, why my man was like, he just looked a little weak, like he wasn't all this herky jerky stuff I never seen. I don't know what that was. I don't know if there was like a new game plan that was put into play for him, but it was just too short to even figure it out. Shout out to Dwayne Styles in the building. Says, D-Block, salute, bro. Hope your health is getting better. Facts. Yo, Inevitable, man. Bless up, my brother. Sending some prayers your way, my bro. I didn't realize that you were down. For sure, bro. Sending you blessings up there. Feel better, champy. All right. We got Bang Mateo says Hrgovic needs to keep his hands up. That's what I'm saying. Look back at the fights that he's had, right? Just the recent one right now. When he steps in to the close range, he, for some reason, I don't know what the hell's his problem, but like you're in the close range with a heavyweight, you want to still be with a drop lead hand. Like, I understand if you're like from like maybe mid-range to outer range, right? And you got that lead hand dropped, you're ready to come in with something. But when you're already this close with the other fighter and you still got the lead hand down, that's dangerous, bro. Look back, bro. You know, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes people play that Philly shell role a little too close. It's not. I'm telling you. Heavyweight division, is if they get passed by that shoulder deflection, bro, they knocking you out. I mean, he get away with it, I guess, for Filip because he got a chin made out of all the granite in the world and shit, like compressed granite. Whoa. Took a deep breath on there. Just had some Peruvian lomo saltado. You know about that. Dwayne Styles says, salute Boxing Biz. Saw you on my recommended. Just left the gym. Let's go, champ. Get in shape, champy. You know how we get down over here. Everybody got to be in fighting shape. Everybody got to be ready to go 3 rounds at any given moment. That's how you got to live your life, champ. That's how I live my life, bro. If I can't do 3-minute rounds in the street, then I can't even be... You don't even walk around like you cocky, bro. Because like Muhammad Ali said, bro, fatigue makes cowards of men. You get tired, bro, it's over. And it depends the age group too, bro. Listen, as you get older, you got to know how to train smarter too, man. You got to be able to hit, you know, weights, cardio, you know, I tell people just do a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Sometimes we need a little bit of more of something, whether it be weight training or maybe cardio, like running or something. Sometimes we lack more than in certain areas than others, but you for sure could do a little bit of everything, you know, and eventually what you got to understand is the discipline that helps. That's what gets you by, and that's what's going to create the difference. So shout out to Styles. Yo, I got to get back in there, bro. I stopped, man. I gained the 20 pounds again. And I can't blame it on anything else because that's excuses. Can't blame it on working. Can't blame it on anything. Just got to get back in there. And I'm going to go back to the boxing gym, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Sometimes I feel like I got to get back in the ringage on some master shit just to get excited. Bang Mateo says, Whyte got hit in a temple and never recovered. Yeah, he did get hit. Yo, I don't know where. I thought the temple was here. I mean, am I wrong, guys? Like right here. I thought this was the temple, right? Let me take my, let me take all this off, right? The temple is right here, last time I checked. Back here, that's the eardrum, right? You get hit in the back, right? This is your equilibrium right here. So it's like, I seen him get hit back here, right? You could get hit back there. But sometimes when you duck down, right? If you're the other fighter getting hit and you're ducking down, you know, when you get clipped here, it grazes the back of the head. It can graze the back of the head because the punch is bouncing. So it's just hard. That's why, you know, I tell guys, man, you got to, you know, when you're defending, you got to be careful how you defend. And when you're on the inside too, on the hold, when you got like your head next to the other fighter, you know, you got to be, you can't just lay there like you getting burped and shit. I know some people that like, they get too chill on the hold. Like you could get bumped, uppercutted. A lot of things can happen. So it's like, you got to stay alert the whole time, even when you're defending, especially when you're defending, obviously. But, you know, when you're bending down too much, like too down, you know, these guys are just trying to wail on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you got low. It's going to be harder for him to hit you, but it's also going to increase the probability of him hitting you in the wrong place because you're exposing that back of the head. That's why the amateurs have the headgear, and the most important part of that headgear is the back padding, the back of the head. I mean, so many, you know, fighters have had tragic situations happen because of that. So all that to say, bro, he ain't recover. But I don't know if that was the temple. I thought the temple was right here. I don't know what's going on. Gee. Goki says, if Zayas can't get Ortiz, why can't he get George Ramos? He can get Ortiz, bro, if he wants to. Remember, they're sending him the contract. We're going to get into that, too, for sure, bro. I got a couple of things to ask and tell you guys about that whole Vergil Ortiz, and the video's out there. I know you guys probably saw the video with Oscar. He was on Instagram, and he was definitely sending shots to my man Xander Zayas, and I guess trying to put pressure on him to hurry up and accept the deal that was offered to him. So we are gonna talk about that. Where is it at? I just want to have it ready for you guys. There we go. My man was at Pebble Beach or some shit golfing. Excuse my French. Yeah. George Ramos has a fight lined up. Let's see if George. Yeah. Oh man, George Ramos. I don't know. You guys tell me. All right. I don't know if George got a fight, signed at the moment, but maybe I'm wrong. I'll put him up there. Let's see. Sorry about that. Nah. He got one set up for August 30th with Manuel Valentin Lerma. If we're talking about the same George Ramos, which I don't think is this guy. Yeah. George Ramos, Coqui. All right, Coqui. Dwayne says Coqui, salute. All right, matter of fact, let me just keep going down the line here. Loving the action on the it's Jesus. Yo, I put George. Mother. Hey, yo, nice catch, y'all. Nice catch. Nice catch, my brother. Damn. You're right. I'm over here looking at George. I'm like, wait a minute. Nah, bro. Yeah. All right. Nice catch, y'all. Y'all got that. Let me see. Yeah. All right. No harm, no foul. He doesn't have a fight schedule. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know how I would even correct that on the live poll, bro. But you thankfully you caught it. That was a drop. Call me the drop. Oh snap! Was it changed? Oh wow! Looks like the producer's on point. Huh? That's what's up. 'Cause I didn't change it. All right. Let me continue with this card, man. Damn. Call me going down the tunnel. We're going to get into this Oscar situation that just recently broke out a couple of hours ago. If there's anything else that you guys wanted to maybe mention. Yo, Bang Mateo. Nah, no featherweight champy. Yeah, if you guys wanted to speak on anything else on the card, obviously. Matter of fact, no bullshit. We're not done, man. You see what I'm saying? We are not done. What's up with Nick Ball and Sam Goodman, bro? Nah, bro. I did not like what I saw, champies. That was crazy work, man. 117 to 111, 118 to 110. Bro, those judges need to get elbow dropped. How? How could you possibly do that to a fighter, bro? Sam Goodman had good boxing the whole night, came on strong. I'm not saying Nick Ball didn't take it. I'm just saying it was a lot closer than what they made it out to be. 115, 113, I could live with that. But 117, 111, 118, 110, bro, those judges, there should be a clause. I'm saying, why not? There should be a clause in their contract. So when you judging, bro, like, yo, if you mess up, like, you got to get in the ring. I mean, I know it's funny. It wouldn't happen, but some type of accountability, man. Those cards be nasty, bro. Disgusting. And I don't know what y'all thought, but I was impressed with Sam Goodman. I think Sam Goodman Give Sam Goodman like 3 more rounds, he would have finished. He would have probably gotten started. I mean, obviously that's like 15 rounds, but I think that Sam Goodman had a lot of gas, bro. Sam Goodman's body work, wow. Your man was going to the body. I mean, precision, bro. Every time he threw the 1-2, he would come down to the body. And for the life of me, bro, a lot of the times Nick Ball would have that high guard. So when he would go to the body, it was there to rip. Sam Goodman was ripping the body. Nick Ball, though, he's like a little pit bull, bro. Every time he got hit with something, he wouldn't just stay there, bro. He would react so ferociously that you would kind of like forget what just happened with Sam Goodman's good work, I guess. And that's part of like, I guess dictating the way the judges are going to see you, right? You can't just get beat on and not actually, put in that work. While you're receiving shots, you got to return fire. If not, the judges are going to be like, look at this guy. He's getting beat on. Shit was a good fight, man. Real good fight. And like I said, Filip Hrgovic, David Adeleye, great fight. Raymond Ford, Abraham Nova, good fight. I think out of the main cards, that was probably the most technical one. Who we had? Hayato Sutsumi, TKO's my man Ashfaq. Shout out to Ashfaq though, bro. He really wore it. Like he went out there like to win. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy really was out there to win. But it just didn't go his way. Sutsumi was like a fucking warrior. Fucking excuse my language, but bro, the look in Sutsumi's face every time he was pacing forward, pressure on Ashfaq, it was like he wanted to kill him, bro. Such focus on the man's face. And Ashfaq, he boxed okay on the back foot for a little bit, but it was just too much for him, bro. Then he started complaining. With me and complaining. Stop complaining, champ. The referee ain't gonna save you. I tell fighters all the time. I tell people like, this, bro, the referee's just there to make sure you don't get killed. All right. He's not gonna save you. He's not gonna make the punches lighter for you. Nah, this is a fight. Stop looking to the judge. To the referee for help. Not gonna happen. He got TKO'd. Oh, shout out to Muhammad. Mighty Mo Alakel finally getting his KO, champions. Chill.
Woo. Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Finally got his knockout, bro. He was flexing on him.
Finish him.
Yo, Muhammad Ali Kid was like, Nah, it wasn't that it was, it's crazy because some people be talking shit, right? Like if you ain't getting a KO right away. But come on, it all depends on his development, bro. I'm pretty sure Muhammad Ali Kid has no amateur background. So it's like, you can't just be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't just start talking shit about Muhammad Ali Kell. Like, oh, he should have been gotten a knockout. And so many people was getting on him, right? Because he hasn't gotten a knockout and shit. Like, bro, you don't always get the knockout, first of all. And then, like, look at his background, bro. My man came out of nowhere. He made this guy in a cyborg lab somewhere in Riyadh and shit. He just came out like call him Muhammad the Cyborg Alakel. Give him some time to develop. He's representing the country out there, so we'll see how he develops. He's young, bro. He's 21 years old. We don't know what we're about to see in maybe 3 years, 4 years. Like, there's a lot to learn. And the way they moving this kid, they're moving him everywhere, bro. Different trainers, different looks. They give him different, he's in a good position, bro. I'm telling you. Just give him a little time to develop, and eventually you'll see him doing some work like my man Hamza and shit. Hamza Shiraz. Shout out to everybody tapping in too, man. Make sure you hit that like button too, man. Douche. Let me remind you. Yeah. That like button helps a lot. We duly appreciate it here, and definitely gets the visibility up. You already know how it works. Just got to remind you because I know that your time is precious, and I appreciate you guys spending it here at the Boxing Biz Podcast. Talking the talk, walking the walk. What up? My man Ball. Yo, Koki, what you saying? Koki said Ball won 7 7-5, to be honest. Goodman kind of faded. Nah, bro. Go back and watch the fight. Sam Goodman was not. He was actually gaining ground in the championship rounds. Go back and watch the 11th and 12th, bro. He was gaining ground. That's what I'm trying to say. If it would have been 15 rounds, maybe Nick Ball would have been in trouble. But that's fantasy. Dwayne Styles says, I already hit the like on my way in. Champ. All right, Champy. About to hit the gym ski. He says, Ball versus Rafa next. Hey. Call him Rafa. Nick Ball versus... I don't know who they're going to put in front of Nick Ball next, bro. This was a real tough fight, to be honest with you. And if Nick Ball would have let up just a little bit, he would have been in trouble. And right now, he's their only champion right now. So, but I mean, he's going to have to defend, obviously. But I don't know who they bring him right away in there with, given that he had a tough fight. I mean, I thought it was a tough fight. Maybe I saw it a different way. You know, we all got different boxing glasses on and shit. So it's like, maybe you thought it was easy work. I'm saying it was a difficult fight for Nick Ball. And he's got, I mean, look, you say Rafa. Damn, so Nick Ball, damn. I don't know if they put Rafa in there with Nick Ball, bro. Who we got? Micro Cuello. Okay, so Micro Cuello is the interim. Wonder what happens there. What's up, little guy? Little dog be sneezing at me to get my attention. I mean, look, you got Luis Nery right there as number one. It just depends how the WBO is moving their mandatories, bro. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Omar Trinidad too, man. AKA the King of LA. Recently had a fight too on Friday on the Pro Box card, bro. He fought Peraza. Shit was it was a close fight. Made it a draw. I knew Peraza was gonna go in there and try to, upset the card. Parlay, yo, bro. The betting show was crazy, right? For the Pro Box card, and then we did last minute little picks for the Dillian Whyte. We didn't do actually a show for that betting show for that one, but it was just the morning. The early fights in the morning are great, but sometimes then you're left kind of with the rest of the day, like, no boxing. I guess you go out, take your lady out and all that. You know what I'm saying? But still, there was no boxing for the evening, at least to my knowledge. All right, so Nick Ball versus Goodman was a great fight. I'd agree that it was a closer fight than those scorecards. Again, I'm not saying that Nick Ball didn't pull it through, man. I'm just saying that 117, 111, garbage. 118, 110, garbage. You don't put scoring cards out there like that. Comparatively to the judge who actually had some sense, who put in a 115, 113. Like, it could have been a split decision or even a majority. Like, this is what I'm saying, bro. Messing up the bets. I had prop bets on this shit. Fucking bullshit, excuse me. And then when you got these terrible judging, bro, it's like, whoa, the people lose, Vegas wins. Shit was whack. Whack sauce. I guess that about covers that card, right? For the we can get into some of that Oscar de la Hoya craziness he just put out. Oscar's just that guy though, bro. I think out of all the promoters, he's like probably the most active on social media, or the guy just making waves, I guess. Just by himself, just on his own accounts. Let's see. Shout out to D.O. What up, D.O.? Says Vergil, be reckless with the truth. Said he slipped twice with Boachak. And now said they offered Bakam a unification fight with their interim title. Nasty trabajo. Damn. So they wait. He slipped twice with Boychuk and now said they offered Bacham. So they offer, so Vergil, so Oscar, okay, so you're saying Oscar offered them a fight? Offered Bacham a unification fight? That's what you're saying, right? They offered Bacham a unification fight. I haven't heard that yet, though. Well, let's look at the clip, man. It looks like we about covered that, the entire Riyadh card this Saturday. Pro Box card, like I said, it was pretty cool. You had 360 Promotions also that had a card. I think there was another third one. Slips my mind right now. That was Friday's boxing. And we'll get into more. Let's see what develops for Moses Itauma. Hey, listen, people are going to talk as long as they're talking, right? Don't matter. Keep knocking them out. We'll see who they got for Moses Itauma next. Lord knows that nobody's going to want that work for sure. Let me get this clip ready for y'all, though, with Oscar. Oscar's crazy, bro. Matter of fact, while I get that ready, give me like 2 seconds while I get all this stuff ready in maybe 1 minute. But I'm going to leave you out with some Soulicious. You know how we get down. Chee. All right. Appreciate you guys holding on for 2 seconds. There's a new poll up there too, man. And just so I can read it out. Do you think Zayas is ready for Vergil Ortiz right now? Do you think Zayas is ready for Vergil Ortiz right now? Yes, it's the fight to make. Or maybe not yet. Give him 1 or 2 more big fights. Or maybe no. Too risky right now. Let me know what you guys think. If that's the way to go right now. some will feel like maybe it's too soon for my man to step in there. He just got his crown. Why put him in there with a dangerous man like Vergil Ortiz? It's danger. But is Xander Zayas already ready for this? Should he be ready for this? He is a champion. Why wouldn't he be ready for this? Are we babying him? Are we protecting him? Or it's just a matter of contract negotiations that need to be smoothed out? I think it's the later. I think it needs to be smoothed out. My man is a champ, right? He should be able to take on Vergil Ortiz. Dangerous fight. I mean, look, this is what you're looking at. If Xander Zayas is able to, that's Mexico versus Puerto Rico at his finest right there. That's top notch. Top notch right there, man. But we're going to get into it right now with the post that just broke out not too long ago, and discuss a little bit about what he's saying. Well, we don't know too much about the contract in its entire detail, but we know some things. We'll talk about that too and see if Oscar's just trying to, put that social media pressure on so he can get his way. I mean, look, you can use the social media, man. That's for sure. To put extra pressure. A lot of fights being made nowadays through social media, so this is nothing new, right? All right, so let me go ahead and actually play the post. There we go.
Playing beautiful Pebble Beach, but I had to stop my golf because it's so frustrating. Boxing right now is just stale, especially here in America. Fighters don't want to fight each other. Perfect example, Xander Zayas. We have a perfect fight for you on a silver platter, pay-per-view. Let's do it from Las Vegas, MGM. And you keep saying you want to go to Puerto Rico?
I mean,
how? Your promoter has no TV whatsoever. Where are you going to fight? Fucking OnlyFans? Dude, we have the zone. We have the pay-per-view. We have the date.
Oscars.
You and Vergil, Mexico, Puerto Rico. It's huge. What are you waiting for? Let's do this. I mean, this era right here, I cannot wait for this era to finish. Only the fighters that don't want to fight and who are literally pussies, man. They want to do it for extra millions and this and that. No, let's be real here. Pay-per-view, the zone, Vergil Ortiz, Xander Zayas. Let's do it. Las Vegas. What are you waiting for?
That's Oscar for you, bro. Just hurry up. Sign the contract. Stop stressing. I don't know, man. It is true, we are going through an era in boxing where, if it wasn't for Turk coming through and kind of disrupting shit and being like, yo, here's the money, fight. I mean, we would have been probably waiting for a lot of fights. So I guess I could kind of agree with some of the frustration. As it's that the boxing business has changed, period. So, I mean, it's just part of the growth. Oh, well, boxing is going through, excuse me, lemon water. Yeah, so what are some of the things that we can speak on as far as the contract that was sent out to Xander Zayas, right? I think I had some of these things up here. There we go. So, I mean, look, they want him to stop stalling, but I don't see it that way. I see it just, it just takes a little bit of time to get things together. I don't know. Maybe it's some of the frustration from Oscar I could understand, but on the other hand, I got to understand Zayas' team and how they want to, make sure they build out this fight. That is a huge risk they're taking and immediately from being crowned into a championship fight. Not the best route, but it all depends on what that money looks like, man. And at the end of the day, Xander has to take the fight. Let's see. Timing, yeah. Fight being discussed in the lead up to Canelo versus Crawford. Yeah, man. I wonder what's the date? What's the date that they offered Zayas? See, there's no real information, at least for me, on What exactly though they're waiting for? I mean, Puerto Rico, fighting in Puerto Rico. Okay, maybe you would have. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't fight in Las Vegas if you want to fight in Puerto Rico. Well, stay tuned, man, to see where this goes. But I mean, there's good questions, right? He just got his championship, right? He just got his belt. Should he race in there? And that's why. Do you think Zayas is ready for Vergil Ortiz right now? Hit the poll up. Let me know if you feel like he's ready right now. Newly crowned champion. You know what I'm saying? Just took out my man George Garcia Perez. Just got the champion. Just became the WBO champ. Is it too soon? 1 or 2 more fights? You know, just to get him, you know. And who would that be, first of all? I think that's the next poll. Like we said, Jesus Ramos, Vergil Ortiz, Erickson Lubin. Let's see. And who wins too, bro? That's crazy. It's Puerto Rico versus Mexico, kind of, right? No? Puerto Rico versus Texas, because technically Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. You know what I mean? Still a great fight. I mean, it's shit. How soon could they make it happen? I don't think that it happens before the year, is it? So I just did have this fight, so I don't think it happens this year at all. You're talking what? This happened in July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, I mean, it could probably happen if they pushed it, but still. They pushing it. I don't know what date this year they're trying to push it, but it would have to be signed for next year, in my opinion. I mean, you want to keep active, obviously, but if I'm Xander's team, I don't know. The money got to make sense, obviously. I don't want to be negotiating for somebody's bag, but you know, if it's a good enough bag, Xander's a competitor. It's just that Vergil, bro, Vergil's more experienced with tough fighters. I think that's a bad move, honestly. I think that's a bad move. I would go with give him 1 or 2 more fights before you go down that route. Let him defend the belt 1 or twice with some opponents that are not as dangerous as this guy. But I can see where Oscar wants these things to happen, you know. But nah, champion, you ain't gonna get it your way. This ain't Burger King. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat, man. Missed out on a bunch of the chats. What up? Let's start with my man D.O. says, Vergil be reckless with the truth. Said he slipped twice with Boacek. And now say they offered back a unification fight with their interim title. Nasty trabajo. I think I read that last time. Vergil's dad said they didn't want the IBF rehydration, so they offered a unification with their interim, but Backroom declined. So Vergil's dad acting like Backroom ducking. You know how it is, brother. It's boxing. Negotiations and shit. Like, I can't be ducking just because I don't want something in your contract. Like, that's what I'm saying. Even, like, you can tell when somebody's ducking through a contract, you know, outpricing and shit, asking for some crazy shit on the contract, but I don't have too many details on the contract. Dio says, also, but Bud fought Burns in Scotland. True. Spence in UK for Brook. True. Zayas has every right to have that fight in PR. I'm not saying he doesn't, Champy. Shout out to Puerto Rico. I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to. Bud traveled, bro. Zayas is every fight. Yeah, but Zayas is fighting. That's his home country. Bud fought in Scotland. Okay. Bud fought Burns in Scotland. He traveled. Spence traveled. That's Zayas' hometown. It's Puerto Rico. Spence ain't from the UK, champ. So it's like Zayas. Where has Zayas traveled? He ain't traveling nowhere. Like, if he travels to the UK, cool. If he's traveling outside the country, but this is his country, man. You know, Puerto Rico. It's right there, too. All right. Facts. Koki says facts, Dio. But honestly, Zayas should be open to fight any way he can get a PR fight 15 times in his young career. I'm trying to tell you. He need to get some money. That's what he need to do. If they're going to offer him the right bag, do it. I think Zayas is, again, you saw, George Garcia Perez is not no walk in the park, guys. Come on. Like, he beat a durable dude, right? Not a Vergil Ortiz, though. Just there's levels to this shit. But he did fine. He avoided hella shots. Like, Xander was, bro, he really impressed the hell out of me against George Garcia Perez. He really did. And it just goes to show you that, even though Vergil Ortiz is a hell of a puncher and all that, and, that's what he's mostly known for. He's a good boxer. But it just, comparatively, if you want to make the fight and talk about it, like, they both have their strengths in this fight. After the movement that I saw from Xander, some of that, dangerous onslaught that Vergil brings on doesn't seem like too much of a bad idea, given the movement that I saw with Xander. So maybe this fight does need to happen. But traditionally, you wouldn't want to just throw him in there with the guy that's experienced like that, especially with the top guys. And, just it's a different route. You could always take a different route. Rafael, 32, says Rick Burns was not a bum. Nah, he was not a bum. And Bud always talks about that fight. Adrian Rowan says, let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Yo, Adrian says, yes, he is ready for Vergil. Marinating stuff is over. Adrian, you would say that, champ. Shout out to Adrian Rowan, bro. Old school boxing, right? Hope I got it right. My man Adrian Rowan out of Wisconsin. Coach, boxing coach. And definitely will throw you in there. You see how he talking. Stop marinating. Koki says we could have had PR versus Mex, but Turkey wants Dalton over Pitbull Cruz. Yo, Turkey's doing what he wants, champy. Zayas got the style for Vergil. That's what I'm saying, champ. Zayas just lacks the pop. Yeah, a lot of people say he don't got no pop, but I mean, I guess. I'm pretty sure he knows how to finish you. Yo, there's very little guys walking around with that freaking one hit or quitter power, bro. A lot of these guys don't got that. A lot of guys don't got that. But he can finish you for sure. And look at Inevitable D-Block. He says he got Zayas beating Ortiz. Stop. You for real? Or you capping just to make the fight happen? Or you really think the Zayas got him? Again, the movement that I saw, for sure, bro. Great movement. Great movement, man. My man Zayas was again, we could look at some of these highlights, bro. I just take it to the highlights sometimes. But you two be wildin', trying to stop my shit. That's why I don't show too many. So yeah, if you guys are hitting the poll, I see, man, y'all full action over there. Do you think Zayas is ready for Vergil Ortiz right now? Yes, it's the fight to make. 83% of y'all said throw him in there. Y'all said throw him in there. Stop playing. He already a lion. I can't even say throw him in there with the lions. Throw him in there with the pride. All right. So there's no all right, you guys feel like he's ready. Shit. I'm gonna end that poll then. Crazy. All of y'all really feel like he's ready. I mean, he's ready then. Then where should the fight happen then? Fight's supposed to happen in Vegas according to what Oscar's talking about. Why Puerto Rico? What do we get in Puerto Rico? What do we get in Puerto Rico? I mean, it'll be a dope ass position for Zayas, obviously. But I think that being though Verge, my man Verge reps Mexico real hard too, bro. Those are like real representatives of their country. I think that it should be some neutral ground, bro. My man Zayas needs to just be like, yo, fall back, small back. I'm heading over to Sin City, and we're going to meet on neutral ground and handle business. Cheer.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Whatever they're going to work on the contract, we'll hear more and more about it, too, as stuff starts to leak out and shit. Inevitable says, oh, I'm for real. All right. I'm just saying, you from Texas, and last time I checked, you Mexican, champ. So that's why I'm like, and we know that Vergil can fight. He's aggressive. He's dangerous. So, I'm not saying that you're supposed to roll with automatically with your country, but still, it's a dangerous fight for him. But I see you, bro. I mean, look, probably a few of y'all that feel like that. Zayas is just ready. It's I think it's all a matter of me going back and really looking at how competitive that George Garcia Perez fight was. Like, how much danger was he really avoiding, right? Can you compare that type of danger to Vergil's danger? Like, it's different, bro. Vergil's way more calculated than a George Garcia. Way more calculated. Shout out to Old School Boxing. Damn, my man switched it on him. That's Adrian right there. He said, yo, let me get to my YouTube. PR a vibe. Yeah, if you're going to go see the fight in PR, hell yeah, PR is a vibe, bro. I'm there. I'm there like swimwear. PR is, La Isla is beautiful. And of course, man, being out there is official for Xander. But it got to be neutral. I mean, what could they do? Like, you heard what Oscar's talking about. Like, what are you talking about? The zone. He's telling you everything. Like, I don't got nothing. Inevitable D Block Podcast says, I remember when Danny Garcia went to Puerto Rico on Showtime and got beat by Herrera. But, of course, they gave it to Danny. You remember that shit, don't you? Damn. That shit stung, bro. Herrera beat him. That's crazy. Yeah, that was a bad memory. That day, because they definitely gave it to him. Yeah, Rafael Garcia Perez. Yeah, Garcia Perez. Yeah, George Garcia Perez. You just tell me what you think about the fight, right? With Xander. Xander avoided a lot of punishment, man. George Garcia is a high octane volume puncher. He all up, what I'm saying? He got the volume, bro. He's on you, bro. He's freaking rangy, and Xander was able to avoid all of that shit, bro. So that's why I'm kind of like even entertaining the thought of even saying, okay, Zayas is ready now. But I keep falling back on what opponents Vergil has faced, how he's looked, and the experience he's gained, bro. And he's a game guy. Well-known, top-notch, one of the gallos in the stable. So fall back, bro. You're putting him in danger. 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 Remember that shit? Yo. Hometown pressure. My man, Old School Boxing, hometown pressure. Yo. But they did give it to Danny that time. Excuse me. That's why that neutral ground, great example though. That's why that neutral ground is important, bro. Don't put me out there. Vergil's gonna be like, damn, I gotta go to Puerto Rico. I mean, look, after the fight, it's chill. But when you're dealing with commissions, you're dealing with a bunch of stuff, bro. You want neutral ground, bro. I don't care what anybody says, bro. I'm not throwing dirt on any commish or any state or whatever. I'm just saying this shit sometimes it's better to go to neutral ground. Especially when we're dealing with countries and shit like, you're in my home country. Like, come on. You don't got to be a freaking rocket scientist to figure that one out. Where all the support's going to go. Yeah, so who else do we got for Xander Zayas besides Vergil, bro? Because, I mentioned Erickson Lubin, Jesus Ramos, but I'm looking at the rankings right now. And, excuse me. I'm looking at the rankings right now. And the number one spot for the WO is vacant, obviously. So that means George will probably have some of these guys gonna have to fight in the WBO to get up there. Yo, excuse me. And a fight with any of these guys in the WBO is dangerous, bro. You got Jaron Ennis, Josh Kelly, any of these guys that you want to defend the belt with is really, it's a risk. I wonder what they're gonna push on Xander as far as the sanctioning body. If it's WBO, bro, then he's got some tough fights. Josh Kelly, Jaron Ennis, Erickson Lubin, obviously we mentioned. Serhii Boychuk. See, if you put Xander Zayas in there with a Serhii Boychuk and he does the business, then we get a good barometer fight, right? Jaron is right there too, bro. Damn. They got my man Jaron Ennis fighting who? I don't even know who the heck. That's another topic that wasn't I didn't cover it enough. But I know Jaron's supposed to be fighting some guy that I'm not even too aware of. What's his name? He's not even in the top 15. He's fighting Usima Lima, right? Yeah, I think it's Usima Lima. So yeah, Usima Lima. Like, where'd you come from? Where did this guy come from? Usama Lima. I'm from Angola. Holy cow. They're fighting in October 11th. Yeah, see, this guy came out of nowhere too. Usima Lima. IBO World Super. Maya Moens. That's the title he's holding. I guess this is an acclamation fight, guys, for my man Jaron. I don't even know how to call it. But definitely not the fight that people wanted to see. Going back to the Xander Zayas and Vergil Ortiz, yeah, it's looking like either Xander takes on somebody in the WBO ranking, or I don't know who's offering him what from the other sanctioning bodies. But he's definitely got a good money grab there with Oscar. It's just a matter of, I guess, what the negotiation is going to look like. At the end of the day, what's the purse looking like, for the right money? But, Oscar, you're going to have to give up some money, bro. You're asking somebody to put their newly crowned champion, at risk. You know what you got over there. Vergil Ortiz is not an easy, it's not even it's a hard fight. It's a hard fight. I mean, you're risking it too. You know what I'm saying? But Vergil Ortiz in there, like, yeah, I'll take that. I know Vergil in there, like, yo, I'll take that. Because the same way, like how we're seeing it, right? See, this is not like a Dillian Whyte and Itauma situation where it's like old line, young line. No, this is like a slightly mature lion. It's not even like an old lion. It's just like, yo, I've been through some shit. I'm in my prime. Like, that's the way I see Verge. And even though Xander also, you can say he's in his prime, just because of the fact that his opposition doesn't look like Vergil's, I would say that there's danger there. But that's what boxing is, right? That's what we want. So I guess if the money's right, take that. Why not? Yo, Xander's ready. That's it. I've convinced myself. Well, not myself. I guess some of y'all influenced me. Bro, I'm convinced, bro. I'm convinced. Xander should take this shit, bro. He should take it. Why not? If it's the money. After looking at those rankings and seeing what else is out there, now for this year, who knows? That was a long-ass 12-round fight he had right there. So to go in there with Verge, I guess, keeps him active. At least, that would be a great fight to transition into for Xander too, because if you really think about it, you have George Garcia Perez, who was like an attack fighter, so he's fresh off a fight like that, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be same thing with Vergil, just with some added IQ, ring IQ or boxing IQ. That's gonna make things just slightly different. But he'll be ready for something like that, There we go. Matter of fact, let me get back to the chatty, bro. Y'all cooking over there. Hometown pressure. Inevitable says, I have Xander picking up 2 more straps and moves up. Yeah, he's got a big frame, that kid, bro. He picks up 2 more straps and moves up, then I don't know. He's got to show me some more work. I mean, look, he had, Garcia wasn't easy for him. He just showed incredible boxing, and that's why I was impressed. But, there's guys that are way more dangerous than George Garcia Perez, bro. And I think now that he has that crown, that's why I came in here with the thought that, like, get him 1 or 2 more fights before you put him in there with Verge, bro. Yeah, y'all want to see my man get pieced up right away, champ. Again, I might be talking shit. Look, I just feel like you could get another one in there, Xander. Just one more before you get that big one. He say he will. You'll see. I can't. Inevitable said he will. You see. I can't wait. I see something special. You'll see. All right, Champy. I'm gonna remember this one. I'm gonna photo screenshot this one. Something special. If this fight happens, it's gonna be a great fight. I got nothing against it. If it does happen, it's just a matter of the confidence that Team Zayas has really in taking this risk. It's a risky fight for anybody, bro. Vergil Ortiz is a world-class fighter, and not just a good fighter, a dangerous fighter. So, expect it to be talked about a lot more in the upcoming days. You probably definitely see your man hit you with the clap back. Yo, shout out to everybody on the IG too, man. Omar. Shout out to my bro Omar, man. He be tapping in, showing love. Let's go, champ. And let's go, champ. All right. My man Tank too, bro. Tank, did you finally get a fight? I think Tank was supposed to be fighting in Border Wars. I don't know if he got the fight, though. I'm trying to see if I come back as a referee or if I come back as in a fight. What do y'all think, bro? How should I come back to Border Wars? As a referee or in a fight? The thing is with the referee right now, I checked it all out. So, I've had a little bit of work to do, but I'll be sending an email out tomorrow. That's how this whole process starts to become a referee. So send an email out to the head out here of the clinics in boxing and get that process going. Or if not, come back in a fight. I don't know. I'd like to get in there. I'm always ready. I just got to get in fighting shape. Shout out to D.O. says it's Vergil who needs to accept the fight in PR. Challenger doesn't dictate location. Champy. Damn. D.O. came in, lighting it up. So, all right. So you're saying Vergil needs to accept the fight in PR, but Vergil's sending out the offer. You know what I mean? I get it though, since he's like the challenger. And you're talking about like belt status. I get it. All right. I get the belt status changes everything, I guess. Belt status does change everything. Oh, let's see. George Garcia, yeah. Yes, I think Zayas. I don't know who else was as dangerous as Patrick Teixeira too was a good fight. Nah, man, the kid is ready, bro. Am I kidding? He's ready, man. He's ready. I'm going back and forth with y'all on this because I'm just looking at the schedule, at the resume right now. I forgot he had a good fight with Patrick too. I think the fight should happen, man. It should happen. I think it will happen too, bro. I'm a believer. Xander's ready, right? Little pup in the background. What up, champ? Yeah, I think he is then. He is. He's ready. That's it. I'm convinced. Damn. I wasn't trying to protect him, y'all. I was just saying, like, traditional route, defend the title, and then take a big fight. But like, he's proven to us, man. Xander can handle shit, bro. That's it. He's not the little kid that came into the top rank, bro. This guy's a full-fledged. You seen the Mark Anthony style haircut with the mustache, my bro looking different nowadays. Let's get back to the chatty. Says, Inevitable says, I really believe Xander has a lot more in the toolbox. Also love his ring IQ. Yeah, the IQ is what's got, what has me believing this. His ability to evade, to counter, the way he showed it with George Garcia Perez. I mean, he was so frustrated too, George, bro, because he was literally trying to get to him. Like, he was, like, trying to get to him in ways, bro, where he was throwing punches like this, like, just trying to, like, I don't even know what the hell kind of punches he was trying, but he was trying to, like, almost grab Xander. That's how much movement Xander was using in this fight. It was nice to watch. That's when we talk about the sweet science. And when we talk about boxing, we get really, really into thinking about it and looking at this resume as well. He's had his share of fights. He's a champ, bro. He's ready. This is why he's a champion. So whether or not they choose the traditional way, which, defend your title, and then we get you a bigger fight. Whichever way they take it, I wouldn't be mad. But now this fight just seems a little bit more possible, I don't know about Puerto Rico, though, Xander. They wasn't going for that one. They weren't going to take that one for sure. Let's see what else we got on this Xander Zayas versus Vergil. I think that's all that Oscar had put out, matter of fact. He didn't put nothing else out unless anything else breaks in. Let me check the pollage. I think I closed out the poll, no? No, the poll's still up. Nah, I closed it out. Yeah, I closed it out. All right, give me 2 seconds, guys, while I break away to see if I can get a drink of water and a quick baño break real quick. 2 seconds style. I'll be right back. Stop playing with me. Chill.
Champion's prerogative, and I just exercised that option.
We're back. We're back from a slight little break. Fill up the water tank, right? If you want to call this a tank. holding on a giant mason jar for those that are just watching us on sound. And make sure you tune in with us on sound. Remember, we are on all podcast hosting sites. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcast. So check us out, The Boxing Biz. If you want to go ahead and take the MP4, MP3 on the road, maybe you don't got the eyes available, right, to watch it on YouTube, you can listen to us. So make sure you tune in if you're only checking us out on sound. On YouTube, Facebook, X, and IG. Welcome to the show if this is the first time stopping by. We appreciate you and the time you spend here. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you like what you're listening to. Be a part of the community. See how active the community is right now. You go on the chat. And listen, we keep getting these chats active, man. You know what I'm going to activate, right? A little while back, we had some, excuse me. We had something where we called getting in the booth. Sometimes we got situations where we're battling it out, right? You're battling it out on the chat, maybe with one of the other community homies, and you're like, yo, bro, nah, Xander's going to knock him out. Then the other homie's like, nah, Vergil's going to do this. And then, like, might as well bring you on the show for 3 minutes, get a quick 3-minute round in there, and y'all go back and forth. It's called In the Booth right here on the Boxing Biz. Even though I got to get that volume higher, that Listos para los chingazos is low. But yeah, you saw it, man, in the booth. So, we're going to be activating those segments on the show. You guys can always hit me up on the side too. Let me know. Maybe you're battling out with somebody. You want to call somebody out? Let me know. We put y'all in the... And I know that's kind of low, so we'll take care of that volume. But listos para los chingazos. So if you want to call somebody out, you want to go toe-to-toe for 3 minutes, you know what I'm saying? You put them in the booth, right? Everybody gets their turn to burn. Shout out to everybody that's tapping in again, man. Let me check up on the X family, too, man. The X family's been holding it down lately. Just got to say, man. And also, if you want to be a part of the community, I know some of you have already contacted me. You want to be a part of the growth of the community, you can go ahead and contact me, especially here on X. We got to open up our spaces and get that activated so we can go ahead and have more members come into the community. But X, definitely you got a few of you guys right now on X. Duly appreciate the time. Make sure you repost. I'm telling y'all, that little repost, it might not seem like a big deal, but it's a huge deal. You repost, you get the program in front of the eyes of many more. So never think that it's too small just to share. Or just tell a friend to tell a friend. Maybe you're somebody that don't want nobody seeing what you listen to. I don't know why, but tell a friend to tell a friend, or at least hit the like button. We appreciate it. And again, we're trying to grow the community. I'm trying to get into these pressers. I'm over here on the New Jersey east side, right? Tri-state area. Plenty of press conferences and gyms to go through. I'm cool with the gyms because I've been in this thing for over 8 years now in this boxing game. So it's more about just getting into the pressers and being recognized, right? As, we are still Little Mike punching up at this point. Numbers tell a tale. Size matters. So make sure we get us up there in across all platforms. So we appreciate it again. And make sure to tune in with us throughout the week, right? Daily. We definitely come on daily. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the episodes. If you want to go back and check out our episodes, go ahead. You can check them out. And you can also check them out on sound. So we actually, I think I already hit the 100 episode already. But on my actual sound today, as I was uploading the yesterday's podcast, I noticed that we had reached our 100th episode on the sound podcasting host site. So pretty cool to see us grow, and soon to be many more episodes as we continue to bring you episodes daily. So really appreciate you guys, and I look forward to always kicking it here with you guys. There's going to be obviously much more to talk about for tomorrow, and You know, boxing's looking kind of light in the major. Wow, look at this dog, champ. Your man's just back there having a scratch attack over here. Relax. You're gonna mess up the leather. Damn. So yeah, we'll be tapping into a bunch of other stuff. A lot of small shows now, you know. And I'm starting to see too, man, the amateurs are getting amateur shows are getting attention. You know, about time that they were able to get even more attention, right? Because that's when you start to scout and see the new up and coming talent. Shout out to Box Raw for the sparring club too. I for a second, listen, a couple episodes back, I thought that they had taken the content down for like 2 minutes. It was showing up on all their boxing stuff. They were saying video not available. So I was curious to see if something had happened, but like immediately, like maybe like a minute or so later, I think I checked and all the Boxing Raw stuff was there, or the sparring club stuff was there. So pretty cool. I hope they continue doing their thing. And again, guys, I appreciate you guys tapping in with me. What we're going to do is that we're going to come back tomorrow morning with another episode. So check us out in the morning at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. We'll be back at 8 a.m. So appreciate you guys always tapping in with us. Let me see what the last poll that I put up looked like, too. You know, the question that I had put out there, too, on the Q&A. I don't know if you guys pay attention to the Q&A on the YouTube. Because I throw a poll with the Q&A. The Q&A is, what do you think would trouble Ortiz the most about Zayas' style? Volume, speed, or his jab? What do you think would trouble Ortiz the most about Zayas' style? And we can go ahead and put that question right back at Zayas, right? What do you think would trouble Zayas the most about Ortiz's style? You know, styles makes fights, and they clash. They really do. Let's go to the chat and see what's going on there. Chill. T.O. says it's Vergil who needs to accept the fight PR. Nah. Read that already. I believe Xander. Nope. Inevitable. Says Xander had that Benny Blanco look. He was styling. Yeah, bro. My man had the Benny Blanco going. Heavy. Benny Blanco from the Bronx. That's a dope movie. I don't know what I'm talking about. Carlito. All right, looks like we got everybody, man. Listen, check y'all out tomorrow. Stay tuned, 8 a.m. Eastern time. We'll be back with another one. Appreciate y'all. I'm out of here, champions. Chee. Toma.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.